Have you ever wondered what bizarre creatures share this planet with us? As you walk through the dense wilderness or dip your toes into mysterious waters, hidden in plain sight are some of the most eerie and spine-chilling creatures you've ever seen. In today's video, we're diving into the weirdest, most unsettling animals that exist on Earth. Brace yourself because what you're about to see might just give you chills. Our first creature might seem fragile, delicate, almost too strange to be real: the glass frog. Just imagine, an animal so transparent that you can see straight through its skin. You can actually observe its organs working as if they were under a microscope. But this isn't a lab experiment or a sci-fi creature. No, this tiny frog lives right here on our planet, hidden deep in the rainforests of Central and South America. It belongs to the Centralenidae family, a group of frogs that possess a rare and eerie trait. Their skin is almost completely translucent, and that's where they get their name, glass frog. The most striking feature of this bizarre amphibian is its see-through underbelly. When you look at its underside, it's like peering into a living X-ray. You can see its heart pumping blood, its intestines digesting food, and its lungs expanding with each breath. It's both fascinating and a little unsettling, isn't it? The top of its body is typically a bright, leaf-like green, helping it blend into its environment, but the lower half, that's where the magic, or rather, the eeriness begins. Its skin is so thin that it feels almost as if you're violating some natural boundary just by looking at it. Nature rarely exposes the inner workings of an animal so openly. These frogs may be small, usually measuring just 3 to 7 centimeters in length, but their transparency gives them an outsized ability to shock and mesmerize. And it's not just one species, there are over 150 species of glass frogs, each with varying levels of translucency. Some have only partially transparent skin, while others, like the Cochranella resplendens, are almost completely see-through, revealing their organs with startling clarity. But perhaps the most bizarre and hair-raising is the Hyalinobatrachium fleischmanni, a species with a belly so clear that you can see its heart beating in plain sight. It's as if this little frog wears its life force on its sleeve, or in this case, its skin. One might wonder, why would evolution allow a creature to be so vulnerable, so exposed? In reality, this transparency is one of the glass frog's greatest survival tools. During the day, these frogs are nearly impossible to spot. Their green upper bodies blend perfectly with the foliage, while their transparent undersides help them evade predators by reducing their shadow on the leaves. They essentially become invisible in the canopy. But despite this brilliant camouflage, the idea of a creature with its organs on display is unsettling to many. It defies what we expect from the natural world, where most animals are heavily protected by fur, scales, or thick skin. And as if its transparency wasn't strange enough, the glass frog's eyes are yet another eerie feature. They're large, golden, and forward-facing, giving the frog an almost alien-like appearance. Its gaze is intense, as if it's always on alert, scanning for danger or perhaps watching you with the same curiosity that you watch it. These eyes are perfectly adapted for nighttime activity, as the glass frog is nocturnal. It spends its days hiding under leaves and only comes out at night to hunt and mate. At night, the glass frog's haunting croak can be heard echoing through the rainforest. Males call out to attract mates, their translucent bodies glowing slightly in the moonlight. But even this calling is part of a delicate balance in their world. Despite their small size and seemingly fragile appearance, these frogs are fierce in their competition for mates. Males will defend territories by wrestling with other males, a behavior that contrasts with their ghostly, delicate appearance. Perhaps the most eerie part of the glass frog's life cycle is its role as a guardian. Females lay their eggs on the undersides of leaves overhanging streams, where the transparent father watches over them, ensuring they aren't eaten by predators like wasps. If a threat approaches, the glass frog will leap into action, chasing off invaders. Imagine this tiny, see-through guardian fighting to protect the next generation. It's a strange, almost paradoxical sight, a creature so exposed, yet so resilient. This translucent guardian of the rainforest is just the beginning of our journey through the strange and unsettling world of nature's most bizarre creatures. Stay with us, because what's coming next is even stranger. Our next creature looks like it flew out of a horror film. Meet the scorpionfly, an insect that's a bizarre fusion of two creatures most people would rather avoid, a scorpion and a fly. You might be thinking, wait, what? A scorpion that flies? Well, don't worry. The scorpionfly may look like it's capable of delivering a nasty sting, but it's not as deadly as it seems. However, its appearance alone is enough to give anyone the chills. Found across various regions, including forests and gardens in Europe, Asia, and even parts of the Americas, the scorpionfly is an enigma of the insect world. This peculiar insect belongs to the order Mecoptera, a group that contains over 500 species. Its wings are long and veined, much like a dragonfly's, giving it an almost elegant appearance, until you notice the rest of its body. The scorpion fly has an elongated face, resembling the snout of some otherworldly creature. This long, tube-like structure houses its sharp mandibles, which it uses to feed on decaying organic matter, fruit, and even dead insects. Its head is a curious mix of both beauty and menace, and when you get a closer look, the true eeriness of this creature begins to sink in. With its long legs and delicate wings, the scorpion fly moves with an odd, almost clumsy grace. It flies in short bursts, hopping from plant to plant, scavenging for food or looking for a mate. But what makes this insect so terrifying is not its face or its wings, it's the unique structure found at the tip of its abdomen, particularly in the males. This is where it gets its chilling name. Take a good look at the male scorpion fly's abdomen. Do you see it? That curved appendage at the end? It looks exactly like the stinger of a scorpion, doesn't it? It's long, curved upwards, and seems to be poised, ready to strike. But, here's the twist, it's not a stinger at all. In fact, this structure isn't dangerous. What you're actually seeing is the insect's reproductive organ. That's right, this terrifying-looking appendage is simply part of the male scorpionfly's anatomy, used for mating rather than for defense or attack. But its resemblance to a scorpion tail is uncanny and adds to the eerie factor. The scorpionfly's scorpion-like appearance is a great example of nature's bizarre mimicry, where creatures evolve to look like something more dangerous than they actually are. While this insect can't sting you, its creepy resemblance to a scorpion might be enough to scare off potential predators or, at the very least, give them a moment of hesitation before attacking. It's as if nature decided to play a trick on the world, giving this otherwise harmless creature a menacing look to keep it safe. But appearances can be deceiving, and in the case of the scorpion fly, the fear it instills is largely an illusion. Despite its frightening exterior, this insect has a much more subtle and peculiar lifestyle. It thrives on decay. In fact, the scorpion fly often feeds on the bodies of dead insects, scavenging in much the same way that vultures do in the animal kingdom. This diet of decay is essential in nature, helping to break down organic matter and recycle nutrients back into the ecosystem. So, while it might give you the creeps, the scorpion fly actually plays a vital role in maintaining the balance of its environment. Another strange behavior of the scorpion fly is its courtship ritual. When a male scorpion fly seeks to attract a mate, he offers her what can only be described as a nuptial gift, a piece of food, usually something decaying, to entice her. The female will accept the offering, and if she's pleased with the gift, mating begins. If not, the male's chances are ruined. It's a strange, almost grotesque tradition, but it's all part of the scorpion fly's eerie charm. There's something unsettling about an insect that woos its mate with a decaying carcass, yet it fits perfectly with the scorpion fly's dark, scavenging lifestyle. The scorpion fly's deceptive appearance and strange habits make it one of the most unsettling insects in the natural world. It's a creature that forces you to question what you're really looking at, an insect with the face of a fly, the tail of a scorpion, and the behaviors of a scavenger. A true Frankenstein of nature. While it may not be deadly, it certainly leaves an impression, one that's hard to forget. Prepare to meet one of the most mysterious and elusive creatures in the animal kingdom, the colugo, an arboreal mammal native to Southeast Asia that spends most of its life high in the trees. At first glance, you might mistake it for some kind of strange, oversized bat due to its large, membranous wings that stretch from its neck to the tips of its fingers and toes, down to the very end of its tail. But make no mistake, this creature is in a league of its own. The colugo belongs to a small group of mammals known as dermopterans, which are best known for their extraordinary gliding abilities. Its ability to travel between trees by gliding sets it apart from almost every other creature on Earth. The colugo's most striking feature is its patagium, an expansive membrane of skin that stretches from its neck all the way down to its limbs and tail. This allows the colugo to glide distances of up to 70 meters, or over 200 feet, in a single leap. And yet, despite being called a flying lemur, it can't actually fly. Instead, it launches itself from the top of one tree and drifts through the air, using its patagium to stay aloft as long as possible before gracefully landing on another trunk. Imagine soaring silently through the trees, without the need for wings or feathers. That's the magic of the colugo. This astonishing glider can cover impressive distances with nothing but the stretch of its skin and the force of gravity. What's even more remarkable is the precision with which it moves. It glides between trees not just for travel, but also to avoid predators lurking below. The forest floor is teeming with dangers, and for the colugo, staying high in the canopy is a matter of survival. The colugo is a nocturnal creature, spending its nights gliding through the dense, shadowy forest in search of food. Its enormous eyes are perfectly adapted for night vision, allowing it to spot leaves and fruits, its primary diet, in the dark. But imagine encountering this creature in the middle of the night, a wide-eyed figure leaping from tree to tree, its membranous skin stretched out like a cloak, as if it were a ghostly figure haunting the forest. It's no wonder the Colugo is often shrouded in mystery and regarded as one of the more eerie inhabitants of the jungle. Despite its intimidating appearance while gliding, the Colugo is actually quite harmless. This gentle herbivore spends the majority of its time feeding on leaves, flowers, and fruits. Its sharp claws and long fingers are perfectly suited for gripping the bark of trees, and its lightweight body allows it to navigate the forest canopy with ease. But while the Colugo may be peaceful, it is incredibly vulnerable on the ground. Due to its unique anatomy, it is practically helpless when it lands on solid ground, unable to run or defend itself effectively. That's why it relies so heavily on its gliding ability. Staying off the forest floor is its best defense against predators. In addition to its extraordinary gliding skills, the Colugo has another secret weapon: camouflage. Its fur, which ranges in color from gray to brown, helps it blend seamlessly with the bark of the trees it clings to. When it isn't gliding through the air, the Colugo can remain perfectly still on the side of a tree, hiding in plain sight from predators like eagles and large snakes. This stealthy behavior, combined with its impressive ability to glide, makes the Colugo a master of survival in the treetops. The Colugo may not be the fastest or the strongest animal in the forest, but it is certainly one of the most fascinating. Its quiet, almost eerie gliding through the night gives it an otherworldly presence, and its mysterious lifestyle has made it one of the most elusive animals to study. While it remains hidden from the casual observer, those who are lucky enough to catch a glimpse of the Colugo will never forget its graceful, ghost-like presence. Madagascar is home to some of the world's most unique wildlife, but few are as bizarre, or as unsettling, as the Aye. With its wide, glowing eyes, spindly fingers, and ghostly presence in the dead of night, the Aye looks like something out of a horror movie. But don't let its appearance fool you. This lemur, despite its creepy looks, is one of nature's most fascinating and adaptive creatures. At first glance, the Aye's most striking feature is its oversized eyes, perfectly adapted for its nocturnal lifestyle. These eyes give it an almost supernatural ability to see in the dark, scanning the treetops for food as it scours the forest canopy. But what truly sets the Aye apart is its peculiar hand, more specifically, its third finger. This incredibly long and skinny digit functions like a built-in tool, giving the Aye an eerie advantage in finding food that other animals can't. This thin, almost skeletal finger is used for a behavior known as percussive foraging. The Aye taps on the bark of trees, using the echoes from the hollow spaces inside to locate its prey, grubs and insects hiding beneath the surface. Once it detects the hollow chambers, the Aye gnaws through the wood with its powerful rodent-like teeth, then uses its third finger to dig deep into the tree and pull out the tasty morsels hiding within. It's a method of hunting that's both effective and incredibly unsettling to watch. But it's not just the Aye's bizarre feeding behavior that makes it stand out. Its overall appearance is nothing short of spooky. Imagine encountering this creature at night, its body covered in coarse, black fur, long bat-like ears sticking out from its head, and those haunting eyes that seem to glow in the darkness. Now add its extra-long fingers, and you've got one of the most otherworldly-looking primates you'll ever see. Despite its unnerving appearance, the Aye is incredibly agile in its environment. It spends nearly all its life in the trees, navigating the dense foliage with ease thanks to its powerful legs and long, bushy tail. This tail, often longer than the rest of its body, helps the Aye balance as it leaps from branch to branch, searching for food throughout the night. But here's where things take a darker turn. In the local Malagasy culture, the Aye is often seen as a harbinger of doom. Its eerie appearance and nighttime habits have fueled centuries of superstition, with many villagers believing that the Aye brings bad luck, or worse, that it's a symbol of death. Some legends even say that if an Aye points its long finger at someone, that person is destined to die soon after. These superstitions have led to the unfortunate persecution of the Aye, with some communities killing the animals on sight out of fear. Sadly, these myths and fears have made life difficult for the Aye. Although it's perfectly harmless, this nocturnal creature is often hunted and killed due to the superstitions surrounding it. Despite its creepy looks, the Aye is a gentle, solitary creature that poses no threat to humans. In fact, it plays a crucial role in the ecosystem by controlling insect populations, especially those that could damage trees and crops. Thankfully, conservation efforts are underway to protect this misunderstood primate. Conservationists in Madagascar have been working hard to educate local communities and dispel the myths surrounding the Aye. By studying its behavior and ensuring that Ayes have safe environments to thrive in, these efforts are slowly helping to change the narrative around this incredible animal. So, the next time you find yourself in the forests of Madagascar, and you hear a soft tapping in the trees, remember, it's probably just an Aye, going about its nightly routine. While its appearance might send shivers down your spine, this strange little primate is one of the most fascinating creatures on Earth, using its eerie skills to survive in a world full of predators. And there you have it, a journey through some of the most bizarre, chilling, and downright fascinating creatures the natural world has to offer. These animals, while strange to us, are perfectly adapted to their environments, thriving in ways we can hardly imagine. From the ghostly glass frog and its transparent body, to the whip spider with its delicate, whip-like legs, nature never ceases to surprise us. These creatures remind us that even in the darkest, most remote corners of the world, life finds a way to thrive, often in forms we'd never expect. As we've seen, the animal kingdom is filled with creatures that challenge our perceptions, giving us chills not just because of their appearance, but because they represent the unknown, the hidden marvels of evolution. Each one is a testament to the complexity and creativity of life on this planet. But the next time you come across one of these creatures, whether in a documentary, in the wild, or even in your nightmares, remember, behind every strange feature, there's a fascinating story of survival and adaptation. Thank you so much for joining me on this wild ride through the animal kingdom's creepiest and most bizarre inhabitants. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more strange and exciting explorations into the natural world. And, of course, let me know in the comments which creature gave you the most chills. Was it the whip spider or maybe the eerie eye? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, stay curious, stay adventurous, and remember, there's always more to discover out there, even in the shadows. See you in the next video?